Welcome to High School Dropout Advice. So this is the second part of the Ehang Stock update. I would recommend you to watch the first part, which I link up here and in the description below if you did not watch the first part yet. The first part will cover how you can make 140,000 per year with just 1,000 invested. So please watch the first part first, otherwise this part will seem like out of context. I'm sorry that the video got so long and you have this kind of interrupted experience. Anyways, let's continue with part number 2. Let's start with the basics. I will try to explain this as good as I can. If you don't understand something, feel free to leave a comment because I want everyone to understand this. I want all of you to retire as wealthy and early as possible, or at least have the opportunity to retire when you want to. So this is the most structure of the most people in the world. More than 90% of people are living under this structure. Working a job, making a salary, getting tax on it, and having the leftover for personal consumption. Some are wise enough and invest the leftover into investments, which can be real estate, stocks, bonds, collectibles, cryptocurrencies, businesses, trademarks, copyrights, and so on. However, many investments are losing. The reasons are being the individual is impatient, lack of knowledge, having no plan, having the wrong mindset, having the wrong investment, not having the emotions under control, and are short-term motivated. We have people who are making a profit with their investment, but the problem is they are using the profit for their personal consumption. Consumption is not building wealth. At this current structure, the one who is working the hardest is the one who is going to work. If you want to be able to get out of work, you cannot take the profit, at least not now. Let me remind you of this. This is the table we used earlier. Imagine you are in the year 2021 and you are taking the interest you earned of 9,161 and you just blasted. I understand. $9,161 extra per year is nice, but if you take it every year, you will not get to the 1.8 million a year in the end. I talked earlier about why it's so hard for humans to become multimillionaires. It's because they want to consume earlier than later. Most hungry humans will settle for tomato soup now and will not wait for the lobster soup in 15 minutes. Everyone has a personal ceiling. Let us continue talking about the different structure we will face. When you make a profit, then you most likely have some knowledge, or at least someone is guiding you. You have the right mindset and you know how to control your emotions and impulse. Most importantly, you are patient with the market development and with yourself because you are long-term oriented. Now, I often see that many will become stock traders or real estate flippers. If this makes you happy, then that's fine, but your overall structure did not change a lot. So let me give you a suggestions what you can do instead. Save up the investment and reinvest them. It can be in stocks, crypto, businesses, or real estate. Remember, let your investment compound. Compounding plus time is the biggest leverage for your investment. Keep investing. Use 401k, IRA, Roth IRA to invest so you can get the most out of the tax benefits. I start to have my Roth IRA when I know that I will not need this money for the next 30 years. Expand your business, but make sure you are letting other people help you to manage. You don't want to trade time for money. Please remember, if you trade time for money, you become a slave of your business. So build a company that can be later run by someone else. Otherwise, I suggest you to sell the business and hopefully for a profit. With your real estate investments, I want you to leverage them as much as possible, especially when you are starting out. I prefer owning and controlling the biggest real estate value my financials allows me to. Appreciation, passive income from rent, tax shelters, and loan amortization will make way more money than flipping properties. Remember the compound example I showed you earlier when people take off profit too early. The same concept applies to real estate. When you can cash out, refinance your properties, raise cash, and buy more properties. Use the money to make money, and preferable, use others people's money to make money. So please don't take your own cash when you can use it from the bank. Once you feel that your job is limiting you to becoming an investor, feel free to quit. Most likely the passive income generated can support your personal consumption. Your light green box. The light green box is the box that replaces your work. It's passive cash flow. Your income streams will grow over time. You keep repeating and let your stock and crypto compound. The cryptocurrency most likely will have their own ecosystem by then, and you can use that currency as cash, without paying taxes. But this is a different story. You keep doing what you do. You might be able to franchise your business for further growth or change your business structure for more leverage. Real estate is becoming like the Monopoly game. 4 houses become 1 hotel. In real life, you will buy more properties, sell them using 1031 exchange to save on taxes and buy bigger properties. You will expand your rental portfolio and you will get into commercial real estate like buying multi-family apartment buildings, shopping centers, malls, and so on. All your investments, even when they grow, are not necessarily taxable. As long as you keep those investments rolling, compounding, and exchanging, you can avoid taxes. So you can grow and theoretically never pay taxes. You only would pay taxes when you sell some of your stocks and turn them into cash, which you use for personal consumption. But if we are honest, we know when you are in so many businesses and have so many different income streams that you will enjoy nearly all type of business consumptions right off. You can get your office paid by your business before getting that amount taxed. So are your renovations for your real estate, your entertainment and meals for some part, your car, your equipment, your tools, maybe a big part of your vacation when you combine it as a business trip. It's easier for a business to buy a Ferrari and write it off of the earnings before it gets taxed. The Ferrari will also depreciate, which can offset the future's earning as well. A person who works on salary or is a trader has to get taxed first and use the leftover income to buy the Ferrari. I think it's already well known that wealthy people pay less tax than ordinary folks. It's not because wealthy people are evil, it's because the tax system is written in this way. Everyone can learn and apply this structure to their life. I had many discussions with my cousin that the tax system is unfair, but it cannot be written in a different way. It cannot tax on your stock when you did not sold your stocks. The tax system can only tax when you realize a profit. You can actually also sell the investment which has lost money to offset the money you took from the earnings to pay $0 taxes. You would sell a stock for a loss, then you realize a profit that will offset the earning. Then you use the leftover to reinvest. It sounds tricky, but it's possible. The tax system is written so everyone can become wealthy. The problem is not many people understand the tax system. Now you know the game. It's very easy for you to become 500 million or more worth in wealth if you just do this for the next 35 to 40 years. Remember, having knowledge and patience and letting money grow without interfering is the safest way to become a multimillionaire. It's not the quickest, but following this plan is a 99% chance that you get there. It's like sitting on a train. You know that the longer you sit on it, the more wealth it will generate. It depends on you when you want to exit the train and enjoy. You also know you should not mess with the trails because the trail's destination is already built and the final destination is already endless wealth. You cannot change and should not change the direction when you are already sitting on the train. The more you change, the less likely is that you arrive. It's like running in circles around a mountain instead of climbing it to reach the top. You cannot improve a plane when you are sitting in it and flying it. So just be patient and enjoy the journey. Anyway, for legal reason, I have to say I'm not a financial advisor or CPA. So remember, your money is your responsibility. I'm just a guy on YouTube. Please do your own due diligence and hire a CPA and financial advisor. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Many thanks and see you hopefully in the next video. Thank you, bye!